Hello and happy 2022, the first challenge of the year. Woohoo! So this challenge is just like the past two challenges that I ran last year. The focus is the same. I've created new mind maps because I too go through the process at the same time as you do. And that's what I say, whether you have done this challenge before or you haven't, it doesn't matter. So if you have done it before, the reason it's good to redo it is because things happen in life and it means that your plans just don't go to plan. I joked a couple of weeks ago that I am more surprised if something actually goes to plan now. And that's why I like to do this challenge too, because things never go to plan anymore. Illnesses, COVID, everything, things change constantly. So anyway, let's not digress too much and jump on to what today's task is about. So task one, this is focusing out about you and where you're at right now. So I'm talking about everything that is going on in your head that you probably don't even realise that you're thinking about. And it could be anything and everything. And the thing to do is to create a mind map. And that is just putting everything down onto paper. When I say paper, I'm talking about using plain paper, because what tends to happen is if you use lined paper, for example, you try and make it a little bit too neat, and whether you're a perfectionist or not, that kind of jumps into it and it can hamper your creativity. Whereas plain paper, you just scribble freely, you're not really focusing on it. And you could either do this just using a black biro, blue biro, or whatever colour, or you could make it multiple colours like I have done. So today is about brainstorming your present, and you could do this in two different ways. So you could just create the one mind map, which is, well, it's got everything on there. So I'm talking personally and professionally, or you could create two mind maps. So one for personal and one for professional, or three, say if you've got like a house build going on or whatever. And ideally, you don't want to spend too much time on this, because the more time you kind of sit there thinking about it, you could get quite stressed out by it. Whereas if you just do this like huge brain dump, spending like 15-20 minutes max, then go away, go for a walk, do something different, and either come back later that day, later that night, or the following day. And that's why I don't issue the task every day. I like to give you some space just to kind of reflect on what you've put down. That's fine too. So let me take you through what I have on mine. So as you can see, it's very colourful. And in previous mind maps, I think I've probably gone with more categories on there. But because I've done this challenge quite a lot, like I was doing it, the process for myself before I ran it as a challenge, I'm kind of used to how I want to do it, I guess. So if I take you through this, we've got business on there. So under business, I've got things remember, this is all about what's in my head right now. Existing clients, I want to create a SWOT to kind of really identify the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Business development, guest speaking, like podcasts, events, email list, my Facebook group, what do I want to do with it? This challenge, creating resources, thinking about my messaging for my business and what direction I want to focus on. Social media, Instagram, I haven't touched it for like 6 weeks. LinkedIn, FeedHive, networking. And then it goes into my son, so onto Sebastian, because he's or not him per se, but stuff relating to him is really on my mind at the moment. So I'm currently doing a 6-week stammer program. I need to do a report for the paediatrician. I'm looking at babysitters. I'm thinking about if something urgent happens, emergency, what do I do? Boundaries for him, school, and because I'm having a meeting with them. Then it goes into me. So what's going on in my head about me? So how am I using my Friday time? What do I want to do with that? About socialising, going for a massage, my health, time away, thinking about what is it that's actually really important to me? What do I want to achieve this year? Exercising and child-free time and what I do with that. And then I've got an other category. So this is like my miscellaneous basically. And under there I've got what needs to change. I'm thinking about the garden, personal development, because I've bought quite a few different things. I'm part of memberships and I just haven't really looked at them of late. Revisiting my plan for this year, because in the last challenge I knew what I wanted to achieve, and then the past 6 weeks just haven't gone to plan. My life has just gone in different directions personally and it's kind of impacted everything else. And contingency plans because of those exact reasons, and wardrobes on there as well. So that is what's on mine. This is obviously on the document as well, so you can see, and it might give you some inspiration. Next steps are to either post yours in the Facebook group if you want that accountability, if you want some ideas, some suggestions. I mean, obviously I don't know what's in your head, but just to kind of talk stuff through, see how you're feeling about it, or you could drop me an email. That's absolutely fine. So I hope you find this interesting. Task 2 will be on Wednesday, and I look forward to receiving your comments.